Hi all, welcome back to another episode of Campton Racing TV. We had a good weekend last weekend with a winner and a couple of seconds at the Gold Coast. Obviously Living Free won first up for us, which was great.
Yeah, he was super Living Free. Obviously jumped out really impressive the week before, and Jasper rode him there and blinkers applied, and not something I normally do first up, but just a horse who was sort of a bit lazy in his work and his couple of trials, so he applied the blinkers, and it was a much added gear change for him. I thought his win was super. He'll possibly go around next Saturday, either here on the grass or the poly. They still haven't worked out what surface we're going to be on, but he's very well within himself. He's bounced around this morning, and early on said he could have run around again this weekend, so really happy with him. He's a nice horse. He's still got a lot to learn. He's still pretty fat in condition too, so I thought his effort was good, considering he still has a lot to come on.
And then Data Patch and She's Worth It both run second. Data Patch was good. He always is a little big first up.
Yeah, he's a bit fat first up and didn't pull up the best either. Just might have got a little bit jarred up on that track. So obviously we'll wait to maybe get back on the grass now. Obviously a little bit older. He's had plenty of racing, the old boy. He's starting to get a bit brighter now later in the week. He has an easy week always after his races. She's Worth It was super. She's a horse, we've got a nice opinion of, and I thought it was a great ride from young Corey. Obviously he hasn't had many rides for us, and I'll definitely be using him. I thought he's, to ride for luck. She's a horse that was obviously definitely she gets better over further, but she'll head to a maiden 14 possibly next Sunday at the Sunny Coast. Figuring out what's going on with this rain at the moment. They've had plenty of rain, so hopefully it goes away and Sunshine can get back to its good track. And I also thought Sajid was great in town. He's a really nice horse on the fence where nothing made ground all day. He tried all the way to the line. He's obviously a horse that's going to be better over further, but we could have given him one more, but just want to look after him as I've got a good opinion of him. And I just thought the way he handled the occasion at the races was super. He was well behaved, he had a good experience, and he goes to the paddock on a good note, and he's definitely a horse to follow next preparation.
And looking forward to this week. On Saturday, Sir Lemrack goes around at Eagle Farm up to the 2200.
It's been a bit disappointing. Tried a few new things with him. He's very well within himself. He's probably, I think, the most well he's been this preparation. He's probably a horse that has suffered in the heat. It's a bit cool over the last week, and I think he's really enjoyed it. I hope this rain stays around for him because he'll love the mud. He's obviously big odds, but I think if he can get to the front and dictate and then just bowl, there's not much turn of foot with the little fella. He just keeps going at the one pace. Obviously, we know the staying events up here aren't obviously the toughest of races, and he's definitely got the ability to do it. So I'm expecting a much better run from him tomorrow. Hopefully, he keeps fighting all the way to the line.
And tomorrow we also head to Lismore. Obviously, depending on the rain, as we've had a lot of rain overnight and today. But Last Line Dance to go there in a super maiden over 1300. Yeah,
should be very hard to beat. She went great first up. She's come on from that. She's a nice horse. She's leggy. She's long. She's got a great long striding action on her. She's definitely a horse that's going to improve next preparation and the preparation after that. But Ray's got some nice horses, young horses coming through, and she's probably the nicest one of the lot. I think once she learns what it's all about. She's definitely going to be a city class galloper. She needs a little bit of luck at Lismore. It's probably not her track, but Denny Peasley knows the track really well, and I think if we can get across, sit outside the leader and just keep building the revs just before the turn, I think she'll be very, very competitive.
And we have quite a few going around at the Gold Coast on Saturday. Vadaboom is first up for us over 1200, and Mahaja, obviously a last start winner, is also in that race.
Yeah, Vadaboom obviously still a bit big in condition. First up, hasn't raced for a while. He'll definitely improve with the run. Mahaja, she's flying. Her work earlier this week was sensational, and I thought her first up effort was very good. She's been a work in progress, but I think she can definitely make it 2 from 2 for us.
And Just a Jedi, trying something new with him and dropping him back in trip.
Back in trip. Polly, huge weight, has to carry 64 after the claim, but I know he's got the ability to blow this field away, and I think he can. I just need the right ride. He's a keen going animal. He loves the Polly. He works very, very good on it. He actually reminds me a bit of a Silver Warrior, the way he works on it. So I think if he can go there tomorrow, handles it all, and changes his form a bit because he's well within himself. There's no reason why he can't run a big race, and if he can carry the big weight, he'll be very hard to beat.
And in the Blink and Deep Blast, go around in a 1200 Class 4.
Yep, Deep Blast, there might be another option for him next week. We're just still waiting to see. In the Blink, I thought she was super last start. She's very bright within herself. She works well on the poly. I'd ignore her only run on the poly. She got back and it wasn't a great ride. I thought it was a pretty bad ride actually, and I think just put a pen through that race. So, box seat, either box seat or give her a nice dig out of the gate. She's not normally the quickest out, and I do think she's only sort of got that short, sharp sprint. So if you could cuddle, get her out late, she'll be very competitive.
And Freeland heads to a 58 1100, possibly Marley Doom as well, but she also is nominated for Lismore.
Yeah, I got Marley in sort of here, there and everywhere after her little setback the other day in the gate. So she may go back to Grafton late next week. So she always runs well on this surface, and if she does go around tomorrow, she'll run a big race wherever she goes. Freeland's a horse I love. I think she's a very, very smart horse, drawing the inside. I don't ideally want to run her on the poly, but there's just not much around for her at the moment. She works good on it. She's bright as a button. She's squealing yesterday getting on the walker, and she was very bright this morning. She's definitely a lot better than a 58 1100 on the poly, but we've got to get her ratings up now, and she'll probably have this one and just one more after it and tip her out again. But I definitely think she's the best of the weekend, and she's going to be very, very hard to beat.
You have a fair few runners there. What would be your best bet for the weekend?
Yeah, I definitely would have to go Freeland. I thought her effort first up was super. Under a track she didn't handle. She works well here, drawn well. She finds a winnable race, and if she's as good as I think she should be handling these horses.
What about value? Someone might want to find something.
I don't know if there'll be much value there tomorrow. You know what? They might go up pretty good odds about Just a Jedi. I think if they go up, wouldn't shock me if they go up double figures about him. His form probably doesn't read well. I don't think he's had much luck at all this preparation, the horse. I thought his first up run was super. Second up had an excuse, third up had an excuse, and then I just think if he can produce his best, this horse, he'll run a big race.
On Thursday, we headed to Bow Desert for trials. Young Jace is now trialling in his silks, which is quite exciting, and he trialled Charge On, who was great.
Great, rode in retreat, bounced him out, put him behind the speed. He's obviously come back after a bleed last preparation, but he's sound as a bell, the old boy. He's well within himself. He knew he was back to the trials yesterday. I thought Jaycee's steer on him in his first time in his silks in his little saddle. He got around the track good. He's a bright young kid on the way up, and it's exciting to see him go through the ranks now. And he's not too far away from the races. That's my decision to make the decision when he's ready to go. But he's got the right people around him, and he'll be a force to be reckoned with when he obviously gets out to the races. I thought Charge On was great. He'll obviously be better once he gets another trial under his belt. He might even go to the races, just keep him a bit fresh. Probably the main standout of ours that Jace rode as well was Euphrates Dream. We wanted to try something new on her yesterday. I just said to Jace, if she jumps, let's give her a dig and try and get her out. A young boy going forward, and then you had a senior jockey on his outside try and go 8 to the furlong, so they were going very fast. But I thought it was very impressive the way she kicked again on the turn and blew them away. She can try well. She can be a bit of a quirky horse. So hopefully she takes that to the races, this preparation, a new way of riding her. We're going to try a few things with her, but she's a lovely big horse and she's got plenty of ability. It's just her getting to the races and wanting to do it, really.
And Ancient sent a new horse to the stable, and Better Be Brief in a trial together as also. Yeah,
Better Be Brief, obviously a horse that does my head in. He's a talented horse. He's got the most beautiful big action. But I thought his effort yesterday was much better. He fought all the way to the line. Paul made sure he tried all the way to the line, which is something he needs. I think he just gets lost in behind other horses, switches off, and he's just mentally not there yet. Even yesterday, coming home from the trials, he's squealing in his box. So in saying that he won the trial, I don't know how hard he tried because he wasn't very flat after he got home. But he might just be that horse that's very energetic. He's obviously a stayer, and obviously stayers do take time. But once the penny does drop with him, I'm hoping it's sooner rather than later. He's obviously going to be a nice horse, and I thought Ancient Set was great. She's a lovely big horse. She's had a few quirks, but she's been an absolute pleasure to train this preparation. Ellie on and Paddy, they've done a great job with her, and I thought her effort to sit 3 wide and come down the straight, ears pricked, finish off the way she did was pretty impressive. She may head to the races Saturday week. If she does, she'll run a good race.
And Past the Wine and Wharton also trialled together.
Young Past the Wine, I love that little horse. He's a little dude. He's not very big. He's got plenty of character about him. Owned by a good mate in Ty, and we're dying to get a win out of him. He's got the ability. He will win races. Probably thought he was just a 1,000-metre horse last preparation, but he's probably a horse now that's showing us that he wants to get over a bit further. He's still very fat in condition. Had to make a bit of a long sustained run on him yesterday. I think he's better when you can just hold him up and let him sprint late. So he'll come on lengths from that. Just see how he's over the next few days. He might have one more trial. He might just head straight to races. But he's a horse that's going to win his races. Just got to find the right races for him. And Vorton's a really nice horse. Beautiful big horse by More Than Ready. Named after the great Fatty Vorton. He's a big redhead. And I really like the way he trialled. He's very immature. He's come a long way, this horse, from pretty much nothing. And Ellen did say, if he didn't have to go back to the inside, got the outside, he would have picked him up pretty easy. So just going to pick and choose the right races for him. He could be a horse that I wouldn't be shocked if he did win a couple on the bounce. He could be sold to Hong Kong. He looks like that sort of horse. He's a lovely big animal, clean, sound, and he moves really good. So probably yesterday it doesn't look to the eye that he trialled that good, but I think once he steps out and gets over a bit of a trip, you're going to see a nice horse.
Thanks so much for watching, guys, and good luck over the weekend.
Good luck.